everyone, it's Tanya and I am back today to share another card with the new Tim Holtz Sizzix die sets. Today I'm going to use the Halloween night one and the moonlight one. I'm also going to use the same from the Stampers Anonymous set, the Scarecrow from last year. I'm going to use a piece of paper from the Halloween 2023 Ideology Backdrop set. Some of the new Halloween Mica stain. And also some spray stains. Got my water bottle and my glue ready. Probably some foam dots. Some distressed ink. I've already got my dies cut out because I don't think you need to watch me cutting out dies. So let me show you what we have here. We're going to start with an A2 card base. This is just a top fold A2 card base. I took a piece of the paper from the backdrop set and cut it down to an A2 size to fit my card front. I already stamped the stain from the Scarecrow set by the light of the moon and trimmed that down. I cut the little witch and her pumpkin from the new Halloween night set out of Tim Holtz cardstock. I had cut these bats when I made a card a few days ago. I cut extra ones out, so I'm going to probably use those. Those are also from the Moonlight set, and I cut 2 of the front pieces of the moon and 1 of the back, and this is the larger size from this set. This set comes with 2 moons, a large and a smaller one, and this is the larger one. So let me get some of this out the way and we will get started. So this paper is not really, I want to say it's, you can spray it. I wouldn't like soak it, but you can spray it. And we're going to do some inking and spraying on this today. Sorry for my squeaky chair. I don't know. Guess I need to get my husband to oil this chair. It's really creaking today. So I'm going to start with my background, and I think for my background, I want to go with the prize ribbon, the lost shadow, and the ominous twilight. And this is the mica stain, so that's going to go on probably last. These are just the spray stains, not the mica. Not the oxide, just regular spray stains. I'm just going to lightly mist my paper a little bit, and I usually do this in a splat box, but I figure with the camera that could get kind of in the way. So I'm just going to hold this up, and this is the prize ribbon, and I'm just going to give it a little spray, and then I'm going to do a little shadow. Same thing. And then I'm going to dry it. Because I don't want to soak this too much all at once. I'm going to spray it again with a little bit of water. I'm going to go back in with some little shadow. Prize ribbon. This time I'm going to spray it and get that to move around a little bit. And dry it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to like this, but you're just going to go along for the ride, I guess. And we'll see how it goes. If we don't like it, we can always do something different. Now I shook this up I'm going to give it a little shake again. Let's just see here. And this paper seems to really be absorbing this spray. And it is really wet. Let's start with the moon. So for the moon, I'm going to first ink this with Lost Shadow. And it doesn't have to be perfectly inked. It's just gonna, I'm just trying to give it that base coat. Looks like it wants to fly all over the place today. And I got purple on my fingers. You can see. Let's get that off because I'm getting it on my moon. I don't think it's going to be that noticeable, so it'll be fine. Okay, now that I got that on, I'm going to just spritz this with a little water. And now we're going to go in with our Phantom Mist. Let me get the tops of that out the way. Shake that up. We're just going to mist it. And add a little water. Get that moving around. And dry. Move this up here for a second. Wipe this off. These new mica stains are so pretty. Get a little bit of that off of there. Okay. Pretty happy with that. So we're going to move that to the side and we're going to do these. Now both of these I'm going to do pretty much the same. I'm just going to mist them and we're going to use the unraveled on them. Give that a shake. I think this is my favorite one of all the new ones. I don't know why, but it is. I love this color. Okay. And we're gonna just give them a little bit of a dry. And I'm not going to dry these all the way because I'm going to go back in with a little bit of phantom mist on these. Not much. And I'm going to hold my bottle up pretty high because I just want like a light mist of that on there. I got it on everything, it looks like, but it's okay. We can be a little messy sometimes. I know I have a towel here somewhere. Let me just get these out the way and clean this up, and then we'll finish drying those. And the reason I'm doing both of these is I'm thinking about layering them and then like off centering one of them just slightly for some extra depth in them. Let's see how it turns out. I think I'm needing a new heated tool. I think mine has seen its better days. So here's what I'm thinking about doing is just maybe all centering it slightly like this maybe, and then layering it with the moon. So you get just that extra little bit of depth in those areas. Kind of like that. Let's see. It's gonna... I don't know. Questioning my background still. Okay, we're gonna set those aside and we're gonna go to the next step. For the witch and this little pumpkin, I'm going to lightly sand them, and I just use a sanding foam. You gotta be really careful, and I should have hold on. I'm gonna put a cutting pad under here because I don't want to scratch up my glass medium out any more than I already have. I'm just gonna lightly sand it. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm going to do her little pumpkin the same way, just to get the edge sanded up. Okay, got that done. Let's wipe this off. Now, let's come back to this. See, do we think what we think of it before we start going any further, because we may want to change this. Just kind of like think, well, that moved. Okay. Kind of get an idea where things are going to go. Oh, okay. I kind of do like it once everything's on here. I think it looks pretty good. I do think I'm going to go around the edges of this with some black. So we'll move these over here. We also need to ink up these little bats. Okay. So let's just use some ink and ink up these edges, and I'm just going to use my mini. Where'd my little matte thing go? Okay, now let's ink these little bats up. I'm going to move this down here. Probably should have just cut these from black cardstock, but I didn't want them like super dark black. I kind of wanted more of this like pale color. This is not how I normally ink things up either, but with these little teeny pieces, you kind of have to hold them. You don't want to rip the wing off with that. Okay, so here's all my stuff to make my card. Let's start getting some stuff glued together. Okay, so I'm going to start with this moon, and I'm just going to, which one do I want to be the top? I think this one's going to be the top. So we'll start with that one. I'm just going to run some glue around the edges. Any of these bare spots. And like I said, we're just going to give it a little bit of a edge there. Not too much. Just a little. Make sure, so that goes like that. I'm gonna do the same thing. And if you watched my last video, you know I said that I normally have a rubber band on my glue bottle to keep the little stopper down when I'm gluing, and I couldn't find my rubber bands the other day, but as you can see, I figured out where I put them, which I am extremely organized in my craft room. Everything's labeled and has its own place. But I had moved those rubber bands for some reason, and I cannot remember where I put them. Because it's not something I use daily, so I don't keep them out all the time. They're in my, they were put in my closet. Okay, so for the witch, I forget to mention, I cut 2 of the little pumpkins out just for some extra dimension and glue those together before I sanded this down. So now we're going to just glue this on. And I'm going to have to clean my fingers again because I am somehow getting ink on stuff that ink does not go on. So let me get those cleaned off. Okay. Now, again, this is just an A2 card front. I mean, an A2 card. And this has been cut to fit it. Since wetting it, it warped a little bit, and it's just slightly small. And I'm debating if I want to put a black like a black frame around it. I'm just gonna see what I think about this first. Do I like it better with the frame or without? I don't know. I kind of like the frame, so let's see. This should be already cut for the card. For some reason this one is not. Must have cut that one slightly off. Okay, see, this one is really even worse. Oh, I think I know. These are the ones I cut slightly bigger. So I'm gonna grab my trimmer. I'm just going to trim it down. Now, let's see. Now we're going to trim this one down. And I'm just going to, let's see. I don't want to go too much. I'm going to take a little off of each side here. Try not to put my head in the camera. See if we got this right. Okay, I think we need to take a little bit more off the side. That should do it. Let's see. There we go. Okay, let's get this big trimmer out the way. Okay, so So I'm going to start by going ahead and attaching this to the black piece. I like to do that because honestly, if for some reason it shifts or moves, it's easy to just trim it back off and start again. Where if it's on the card base already, I'm sorry, I'm just getting that glue on there. If it's on the card base already, it's a lot harder to readjust it so that it fits and it's straight. Okay, so we got that. Now, I'm going to attach that to the card front. I know a lot of people like to use the double-sided tape for this, and you can use whatever you want. I just like the glue because it gives you that little bit of wiggle room. And I just usually do this to line everything up. And that is adding all of your pieces. I want to make sure I don't get that over the top. I'm gonna press that down good. Now for her, I want to maybe thinking about popping her up on some foam tape. And somehow my camera has shifted. Let's see. I'll pop her up onto some foam tape. Where else does she need it? Okay. I'm just going to use some scissors. I thought I had some little half pieces in there already, but I don't see them, so we're just going to cut some in half. Trying to make sure I get these where you're not going to see them. I will just flip her over real quick to make sure none of those are showing. And we'll remove the backing. And we will put her right here. Now for this, I thought I had this is very crooked. Let's see if we can try this real quick. So I am going to glue this onto a piece of black cardstock. And then I'm just going to use my little mini trimmer. I'm going to cut this down. And okay, I'm just going to use my scissors this time. I'm just going to trim off a little bit of extra on the edges. Something is sticking. And that got extremely wonky. Let's back out. Let's just take some extra off of these. So you just get a tiny bit of the black. See? And for some reason, we're still not fitting. Ah, there we go. Okay, is that where I want that? Where do I want to put it? Up here. For some reason, my camera keeps moving on me. Let's see. Let's put it down here. Okay, sticking with down there. I'm just trying to get that lined up straight. Now we're going to figure out where we want to put our bats. Thinking one here would be nice. Maybe one here. Okay, I think I kind of like this here. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe have that on the straight. Like that. Oh, is my card out of the... My camera keeps moving, so where I knew it was recording now is not picking up. if you can't see me, I'm just sticking glue on these. In case you notice I'm off camera, I'm just putting glue on the backs of the bats. And we're sticking those down. And that is the finished card. So, again, all the links for everything I used today will be linked below in the description. If you're not already, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer those. You can leave those in the comments below. Sometimes I don't get the questions right away, so as soon as I see them, I try to get them answered. So please be patient with me. Thanks for watching and have a great day.